Hello everyone and welcome back to Closet Gaming. Today we're going to take a look at High Hell, an arcade first-person shooter with neon graphics promising quick action, fun times, and a good sense of humor. Whether it can deliver on these promises is the question we will try to answer today. High Hell is available on Steam for €8.99, your regional equivalent. With the new Wolfenstein just being released, any first-person shooter trying to compete with it in this time of year will certainly not have an easy time getting traction. High Hell is trying to get this traction by being visually very distinctive from Wolfenstein, and of course, also by being a whole lot cheaper. So let's take a look at the gameplay High Hell has in store for you. As the genre might suggest, the main thing that is in store is just friendly shooting while running around. And to do that, you really don't have many tools. Essentially, you're stuck with only the very basics that you'll find in any other first-person shooter. Movement that not only includes your standard ability to move in 4 directions, but also, shocker, includes the ability to crouch and jump. Then your character has the ability to kick, and the ability to shoot his one weapon. As I said, there really isn't a lot of tools given to you to achieve your goals. The movement itself is quite self-explanatory, and there really isn't anything special about it. No double jump, no wall climb, no nothing. The closest thing to something special is the fact that there are a lot of ladders around the levels, and you can use them to get a new and beneficial position for yourself. Also, the kicking is very simple. You pretty much use it to only open doors. You can potentially use it to kill enemies that are very close to you, but because you have infinite ammo, it's not really the best way to kill your opponents. And last of all, there's the shooting. You have only one weapon and infinite ammo to shoot, and the speed at which you shoot is pretty much only limited by how fast you can click your mouse, and also the weapon always has a perfect aim. There is no recoil at all. These 3 factors all contribute towards one simple thing. The game feels incredibly fast-paced, especially if you choose to go into rooms guns blazing and just wreck everything as fast as you can. It's also a pretty decent game to practice your twitch shooting abilities, though I will admit it would have been nice to have at least some variety in the weapons. Then we have the enemies, which can be put into 3 categories: ranged, melee, and bosses. The ranged enemies are either just demons with weapons who shoot at you, or monkeys with weapons who shoot at you. The only real difference between them is the fact that the monkeys are smaller and thus harder to shoot at. Yeah, and then there are large demons who have automatic weapons that even require several hits to kill them, but each time you hit them they get stunned, and this little robot ball that has the ability to continuously fire a beam weapon. Secondly, there are the melees. This time 2 types of them. Either they're just dogs that run up to you and start biting you, or this one boss demon who lights up his cigar, runs to you, and explodes. And lastly, there are the bosses. 3 of them, and they do have pretty interesting mechanics and for the most part pretty self-explanatory ones. But I will complain about the first boss, as I had to go online and find what the tactic to kill him was, as it just wasn't obvious at all. In general, High Hell's gameplay is fast-paced, full of action, and pretty fun. But there's one big issue. It only lasts about an hour and a half at most, and that's only if you take your time and play the game very cautiously and thus slowly. Most people will just go in guns blazing and will come close to in-game time to the already mentioned hour. Now that we have sufficiently talked about the gameplay, it's time to take a look at the graphics in High Hell. As you can see from the video, they're highly stylized, and that helps the game to feel much better graphically than it actually is. Because if you actually take a look at it from a technical point of view, then the textures are flat, the effects are sort of unimpressive, and generally it's nothing to talk about. But the style chosen makes the graphic feel very nice, and because of that, most of you will likely be bothered by them at all. Then we have the music in High Hell, and it's one of its better features. Sometimes subtle, sometimes very cheerful tones is what you can expect from the game. The sounds themselves are pretty much above average, but they just aren't anything that will make you buy the game just on that merit. When it comes to the performance of High Hell, I personally haven't experienced any issues. The game ran pretty well for me and I didn't experience any crashes or bugs. On the other hand, I have heard of a lot of people experiencing frame drops on a similar rig to mine, and that's never a good sign. But also keep in mind that the vast majority of people didn't experience. So, in conclusion, High Hell is a pretty fun game with one big issue. It is way too short for its price. $10 is way too much for an hour of fun. If we could at least double that, or there was a level editor or even an endless mode, the game would be an easy recommendation. As it stands, it's not really a game I would recommend to the vast majority of people. If you like games you play over and over and over again and get better at them, High Hell might be worth considering. Otherwise, either just wait for a sale or just skip this one altogether. So that's it for today, guys. Hope you liked the video, and if you did, please consider liking the video and subscribing to my channel. And comment if you have something you would like to add. See you guys later with more gaming content.